All right, there we go. Hey, we back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! you got you got really up in there for a second.
Yeah, yeah, man. Of course, man. We back. I gotta bring the energy. We back. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
We back. Thanks for
Guess who's
anybody
back?
picking up this. This is constantly inconsistent. I'm your co-host Isaac.
I'm your other co-host, Blake.
Yep, that's Blake Griffin. Everybody, celebrity guest, celebrity friend.
No.
What is with your friends? We got celebrity co-host. Um, yo,
More like Blake tripping.
this kind of, it's kind of only one place to start, really.
Yeah, I think that's true. This is
Mm-hmm.
kind of something for you to take away because you got kind of a big horse in this race, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah. My team has made it to the NBA Finals. Shout out to the Heat. Also, I apologize if you all listening and there's an echo. There's such an echo in this house, so hopefully y'all don't hear it too much. Uh, we made it to the finals. We made it to the finals, man. Things are going great. I'm so proud of my guys for just even making it to this point. It's insane. Um, hey, I don't even know. Game 1 and 2, not the best for us. Not the best. I didn't trip though. We're down 0-2. Um, Game 3. It's a spectacular game. We've been wanting to come back for weeks. I wanted to talk about Game 3 right after Game 3. Jimmy Butler, amazing performance. Well, first of all, Game 1, we lost Bam and Dragic. That hit us hard. Of course, two of our three best players. But Jimmy got it in. Jimmy got it in Game 3 and put up one of the best finals performances I've ever seen.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
mean
think? What did you think
facts.
about Game 3?
I thought Jimmy Butler. I mean, okay, so I know a lot of people talk about Jimmy Butler like he's kind of on the B list of superstars. Like he's always been a superstar, kind of in our eyes. I feel like at least in the past 3 or 4 years. But he's always been like
Mm-hmm.
a B list guy. And even when he was in Minnesota and when he was in Philly, he was known as a guy that can't, like a troublesome guy, like somebody who can't be on a team and work well together, kind of thing. And
That
then
is
he
fact.
goes to Miami and we're looking at Jimmy Butler completely different today than I think we ever have. He's
I
playing in the
mean,
finals. He's going toe to toe against LeBron. I mean, we're seeing a different beast
he
and the
fits.
same monster.
He fits in with the culture. He did a great job Game 3. He locked up LeBron. He scored on LeBron. LeBron was guarding him. He gave LeBron buckets. He just went in and gave it his all. A 40-point triple double, 40, 11, 13.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave it his all Game 3. And nobody ever in finals history has put up 40, 10 plus, 10 plus, and shot it at above 70%. And I believe that game Jimmy shot at 73, 74%. So absolutely insane on that part. One of the best finals games I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say it again. Yeah, it was amazing. Honestly, it could be up there. It could be number one if we just really think about it. If we, blot everything down. Game 4 happens last night. Must win for our team. I was going hard for us, man. I was cheering hard. I had my energy all the way up, man. I was rooting for us heavy. And we didn't take it. We didn't take it. We had a lot of fight during the game. We were up, then we were tied, then we were down, then we got back up, then we were tied, then they got up. It was a lot of back and forth, and then even when we were down, we stayed close, but just not enough in the end. And do you want me to go first with my thoughts on Game 4, or you want to go on Game 4?
I didn't watch much of Game 4 because I was at work, but what I did watch of it, I felt as though, I mean, if you had Goran Dragic and you had Bam Adebayo, this series could be 2-2. It could be
Mm-hmm.
3-2. It could be 3-1. You guys, to be completely honest. Again,
Okay,
if those
Bam
guys are
came back.
healthy. Well, he wasn't Bam. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
Bam,
Yeah.
but he wasn't Bam.
He's
Like
not.
I
He's
had
not
Bam,
100%.
and had he not got hurt,
Yeah.
it could be 2-2 at the very least, and we could be going into this Game 5 like, wow, we're at
I
least in
agree.
6 games. But now it's like we're going into Game 5 thinking. I mean, we're thinking what we're thinking, but I'll let you take away what you feel about Game 4, and then
Game
we can go on our
two, there
predictions
was
for the rest
times.
of the finals.
Yeah, Game 2, there was times that we could have if we could have done a couple things better, we could have made it extremely close at the end. Even though it's still a pretty close game in Game 2, but we could have even won Game 2. Game 3, we obviously won by like 11 or 12, whatever. This game barely lost. And I bet on Game 3. I won a good amount of money on betting on the Heat Game 3. So of course I had to bet even more money on Game 4, and I lost a good amount, man. I lost a good amount. I also got some bets right. But
You bet on the game 4?
yeah, I bet on Game 4. Yeah, yeah. I lost some because there's so many different bets you can take with players and betting on the game and different things like that. So I lost a good amount, but I also won a good amount. I didn't lose too much overall. Um, man, what was I gonna say? Oh, this game, I'm not really mad. I am mad, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at like Pope going off. Something we didn't expect. Pope going crazy like that. Who the hell would have expected Pope to turn up like that? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at like us not getting. I am mad, but I'm not mad at us getting not getting rebounds, letting them get extra possessions, and letting them score like they did. Off of the rebounds. Like it's like immediately after they got a rebound, it was like they got a bucket. I'm not mad at the defensive slips. Us just leaving guys open, fake double teaming, fake giving help, and then leaving a guy open a quarter and in the corner and them getting easy threes. I'm not mad at that. And I'm not mad at LeBron James going off in the third quarter. He had a terrible first half. Somehow he just turned into Steph Curry. It was making the most threes in the third quarter. It was insane. I'm not mad at that. What I am mad at is that we didn't make enough shots, man. We didn't make enough shots. We were right there. We were right there, man. We lose by 7 points, 6 points. If we make 3 or 4 more shots, we win the game. Crowder, you gotta make more shots. Crowder is missing so much. Hero actually did a good job. Let me not talk about Hero. Who else gonna talk about? I'm forgetting the names. None shot it so terribly. If None makes a couple more shots, if Jimmy makes a couple more shots, he almost got a triple double with 22 points, but he shot it bad. If he makes a couple more shots, we win the game. Who else is on my list of people I'm mad at? Who, my main point is if we make so many guys miss some shots, if we make a couple more shots, we win the game. And I think that was the biggest thing. I think we got to rebound better. I think our defense is good that we were doing. I think we should keep practicing the defense. Um, who was I going to talk to? Crowder, Jimmy, Nunn. Yeah, bro. Hey, if Nunn, Hero, and Crowder make a couple more shots, we win. And Jimmy, and if Jimmy makes a couple more shots, we win the game. But we just got to work on the shooting straight up. I like whatever defense we're practicing. Let's keep that up. But we got to practice threes. We shot terrible from three. We got to practice threes. We got to practice our offense. And that would have made the difference. Literally, so much stuff happened during the game that was bad on both sides. But, like, we were still there. We were still there at the very end. If we just make more shots, we win the game. So I like us in Game 6 or Game 5. Game 5 next game. I like us.
Well, what's tough for me to swallow is you can say what you just said about any game that has ever happened in the NBA. So you can, if we make more shots, we win, yes, but every team all the time, always. So yeah, if you made more shots, you'd win. If they made more shots, they'd have blown you out by 20, kind of thing. That's the energy that I'm coming with because I feel like the Heat are good, the Heat are great, but for them to even have made it to the finals, you guys had a successful season.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder, he's not a consistent player offensively. He never has, and I don't think he ever will be. Bam Adebayo's hurt, and Tyler Hero, surprise, surprise, Tyler Hero's a freaking rookie. He's a rookie. So for us to sit here and say, yeah, if they made more shots, they could have won. You're right. But again, if the Lakers had made more shots, they could have blown you out by 20. So do I like the Heat in game? Do I like the Heat in game 3? Do I like the Heat in game 5 or 6 or 7? I don't. I like the Heat. I want the Heat to win this series. Let me make that very, very clear. I'm a Kentucky fan. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. I love Anthony Davis, but I'm sorry he's on the Lakers. I have to pull against him. It'd be great to see the Heat win. But I'm sorry, Isaac, it can't today, this time. Lakers are taking game 5. LeBron's done. He doesn't want to play. Remember when I called this, though? Remember when I called last time?
We're winning game 5. We're pushing it to 6.
And then you're going to lose in game 6.
Nah, but we'll see what happens. I think take it one game at a time. Of course, down 3-1. We got to take it one game at a time. I think we won game 5. And you talking about shots like, oh, they would have blown you up by 20. No, no, no. I'm not talking about that many shots. I'm literally talking about we make 4 more shots, we win the game. Hero missed a good 10. Crowder missed a good 10. Nunn missed, what did Nunn miss? Nunn missed 9. Like, Jimmy
Isaac,
missed 9.
you said
If
4
we make
shots.
4 more shots, we win the game. That's all I'm saying.
What's 4 times 3?
That's 12.
Okay, what's 12 plus 7?
That's 19.
Isaac, what's 12 plus 7? Okay, that's basically 20, right? That's basically getting blown out by 20. So if they make 4 more shots, now you're blown out by 20.
What are you talking? What? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if the Lakers make 4 more shots, like you're talking, you want the Heat
max
to
is
make.
12. The max is 12. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
If they
So
make
you
4
make
more
12.
shots.
Yeah, but they won by 7 already, right?
Oh, all right. Okay, like I don't care about your 20.
Yeah.
I care about
So
your
what
20
I'm
point
saying,
point.
so what I'm saying is every NBA game comes down to a couple of shots, and if you don't make them, you don't make them, and that's
Are you
facts.
hearing
But
my point about how many shots we missed though? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
If
guys
we
missed a
make,
lot of shots.
I'm saying we played a great game. We played great defensively. We did great things. If we just make more shots, we win again. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
100%. But that's again, that I mean, had the Clippers made more shots, maybe they'd be in the finals instead of the Lakers.
Well, they couldn't. They had pandemic P.
Oh,
Bro, you gotta listen to what I'm saying.
Wait,
I'm
you
straight up from
said
my perspective. I don't care about over
time
there.
out.
I don't
Did
care
you
about over there at
disrespect
all.
Paul George like that?
I don't care about over there at all, fam. First of all, I want to have a fun finals. I want to have a fun time, a chill time. I was happy my team just got here, but LeBron James had to talk trash in Game 3, so now I don't care. Now it's screw him, screw the Lakers. I'm going
How
all.
long is
We
how
coming
long is
back.
it
I
screw
don't care.
LeBron? How long is
Huh?
that though? Is it until the finals are over and then you're back on the LeBron chain, or is this a different look at LeBron from now on?
No, I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna last because I ain't like that trash talk. I ain't like him telling us we're in trouble first quarter, Game 3. Like word, okay, all right, bet. Let's drop this 40 ball in your head. Like I love that Jimmy came back and said it back to him. So many people online like, oh, you're in trouble, you're in trouble. How could he say that? They don't know the story. LeBron said it to him first quarter, so he said it back to him fourth quarter. I don't think it was a big thing of like the whole series or nothing. I think it was just a good trash. Oh, you trash talk me? I'm gonna say the same thing to you right after I ball you up. I think it's as simple as that.
So you think Jimmy Butler has a little Michael Jordan in him, where it's like, you're not about to show me up. I'm about to go to a different level that you guys didn't expect me to be able to go to, kind of thing,
Facts.
or you think that's what it is?
I think that's definitely what it is. And also, I'm a little disappointed in him last game. I think, like, straight, if he would have drove it more, if he would have been more aggressive at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
game, we could have won. Like, literally, if a couple things go for us offensively at the end, that's a dub for us. That's a dub because we were right there. That's what I'm saying. If we would have made those shots at the
Mm-hmm.
end, we were right there, bro. We could have took it. But it's all
So
right.
you like you in Game 5?
I like us in Game 5 a lot, man. I'm saying we had a
You
great
willing?
game. If we just get those shots knocked down, if they work on offense during these couple days off, then man, we good. We're good.
You willing to put some skin in the game?
What does that mean? What you mean?
Like bet on it?
Definitely. I'm gonna bet again. Yeah.
You are.
Yes.
Wow. How much you
Yeah.
put down?
I put down like 5 for Game 3. I got like $20-some. I put down 40 for last game.
Oh no.
I put down 40 for last game. And I got like $32 because I bet on different things. I bet on Duncan getting over 12 points, like Hero hitting 3 threes, and he exactly did that. Jimmy, what I bet on Jimmy? I bet something on Jimmy. He got it from me. I bet on Jimmy getting a triple double, and he was 1 assist away from a triple double. So that hurt. That hurt. That would have been like $21 I would have won. So that was tough. That hurt. But I just like us. I like us next game. Of course, I'm gonna put so much money down next game. I'm putting a little less than this time. I think I'll put a little less than this time. I don't think I'm going 40. But yeah, I like it, man. Heat in 7. Let's go.
Is that your prediction? Heat in 7?
Definitely. Let's move on though. Let's move on. That was a long time on the finals. As it deserves.
It's been a crazy final so far. So.
Yeah. You want to talk about Jamie Foxx, or you want like the multiverse expanded, or you want to talk about NFL, Joe Burrow and Herbert? When
Let's
you want
go
to go to that?
Jamie.
Jamie Foxx is back as Electro. This was announced about a week ago. Insane news. I couldn't believe it when I read it. I had to read it like 3 times. I was like, wait, what? So he was Electro in Spider-Man 2. He's coming back for the MCU Spider-Man 3. And that is absolutely insane. To me, it's opening so many doors, potentially having all 3 Spider-Men in the same movie. And also multiple villains, I think is gonna happen. But that's why I think it hasn't been announced yet. It's just a little rumor, but it'd be insane. What do you think about this news?
I think it's crazy, and I think we're in for a long movie. I think we're in for a good movie. It just depends who the director is for me.
It's gonna be Mark Webb again, or not Mark Webb. Whoever's been the first 2 guy, he's coming back.
Ooh. See, I like the first one. The second one, I haven't even watched yet, so it's hard for me.
I don't really like either of them, even though I own both of them. But in my defense, both times I got them on sale.
If they put also in your defense, if they put Marvel on the front of a cover, you're buying it. So
no, that's not true. I didn't buy Ant-Man 2.
You didn't buy Ant-Man?
I like Ant-Man 1. I don't like Ant-Man 2. John Watts is coming back for a 3rd time. And my defense on buying them is because like I kind of like the first one. I like this. It felt a little too much Disney Channel-y to me. That's why I say I don't like it. You know, overall, it's a good movie. Overall, it's a fun vibe. Even though it's so kiddie. It's so made for kids. The second movie, a lot of problems in it, but I thought, oh damn, what did I think? I don't know. I just grabbed it. Really, I wasn't thinking that night. It was Black Friday. It was $9 for a 4K. I was like, I just got it 4K, so let me grab it. So that's all I thought about. But yeah,
you even opened it and watched it yet?
Huh?
Have you watched it yet?
Of course, yeah. I saw it. I saw it 3 times.
Oh, okay. In theaters?
In theaters, yeah. But let me just even though I didn't like the movie,
hardly likes the movie, watches it 3 times in the movie.
Dude, I've seen I hate Suicide Squad, and I've seen it 4 times. Look,
you hate Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I hate it. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie.
I thought you worship the ground that Will Smith walks on.
I love Will Smith. That's why I keep seeing it 4 times. I'm not seeing it again though. It's terrible.
You're gonna watch it again though.
The reason why I saw it first time, because of course I think it's gonna be a good movie. I didn't like it, so I go back a second time to give it another chance. You know, I got that flexibility where I can afford to see a movie again. So I went to go see it again. Got a little bit better. The story scenes got better, but I still didn't like the action in it. I still stand by that, except for the final action scene.
So you said, you know what, 2 more times and maybe I'll like it.
No, so okay, wait, slow down. So I saw that's my second time. The second chance, right? 3rd time I went to see the movie. I was just bored. I finally got my grandpa gave me his card to use. So I was like, I bet I'm gonna go to the movies. And there's nothing out. And
wait, was that the Mustang time? Was that when you?
No. This it's 2019. So no, this is the SUV I was just using.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I saw that 3 times. That's all. But back to this. Talk about Jamie Foxx. I'm super excited. I think that the 3 Spider-Man thing will happen, even though they haven't announced it.
Oh, it has to. It has to.
I will agree with you, bro, that I'm scared on the direction. I'm scared on if it's gonna be like these first 2. I really hope it won't be, because I mean they're not getting it. I don't like this little Disney Channel stuff they're doing. I don't like how I feel like both of these are pretty, favored to the young.
No, definitely so. And look, it's Spider-Man, so it's kind of hard to want a serious Spider-Man. But to be honest, I think and maybe this is just me being nostalgic, but I really think the best mix of like, okay, this could be a grown-up movie, this could also be a kid movie, was the original 2 Spider-Man, Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, with oh man, I don't remember his name right now. Yeah, Toby. Yes.
Nah, I didn't feel that way.
You don't like Toby?
No. I thought you said if you felt like it was a kid movie. That's what you just said.
I felt like it was I feel like if you were a kid and you watched it, you could be like, "Oh, this is a cool movie." But also, if you were grown up and you watched it, you didn't feel like you were watching an episode of Disney Channel.
Yes. Okay. Agreed. Yeah. No, I fully agree.
They did a very good balance. Because when I was a kid, I watched it, but I could still watch it today and not feel like it was a super kid movie. Other than when you see the Green Goblin, there's a couple of scenes where it's like, but it was early 2000. I get it.
Yeah. There's a couple cheesy parts in the first one, but still a classic. That's a classic.
Right. Oh, for sure. And I think the newer movies, the middle movies, I should say, the What was his name? You know who
Andrew,
I'm thinking of. Andrew Garfield, yeah.
come
Andrew
on, man.
Garfield Andrew Garfield played Spider-Man really well in the
He
second
did.
movie. I think in the second movie he played really well. I don't think the writing was good,
It was terrible.
and but I think him as an actor, he's a good actor, and he played Spider-Man really well. I think he's not nerd enough looking to
Yeah.
be Spider-Man, whereas Tobey Maguire was.
That's
And
what
I
a lot
think
of people said.
so. Like, if you mix the two, I kind of thought you would get who they got now, but I don't know. I feel like we're still in search for a perfect Peter Parker, personally.
I like Tom a lot. Some people say he's the best. He could be the best. I'm not ready to say it yet. He's doing a great job, though. I'll say that. Out of the 5 movies, he's done a great job.
I was gonna say we've already seen more. We've already seen more Tom than we've seen it of any of the others. So
Yeah, any of them ever. Yeah, I hope they get the right. I think I blame Sony. I blame Sony for the first two for these past two Spider-Mans we've gotten. I hope they give Marvel a little more control. I think just the fact that if they do this multiverse thing, because the multiverse and the MCU is gonna split. It's gonna crack. In the WandaVision show, it's gonna explode it probably. I think that's when we're gonna see Spider-Man deal with it and have the multiverse thing. And then I think in Doctor Strange 2, he's gonna try to fix it. I think that's what that movie's gonna be about. And it's gonna be because it's called Multiverse of Madness. So, or Madness of the Multiverse. So
well, I'm
it's gonna be
excited because
fun.
I think you can bring back a lot of people, like the Hulk from the early 2000s. I mean, there's so many things you can just bring back because once you crack that
I
for five
don't know.
seconds, let me see the actor. Goodness, like come on now, give me the actor.
Or maybe
Okay.
it's just a different Hulk. I mean, they have unlimited. They could do anything. It's a multiverse, so they can even
Oh,
just show
dude.
a new Hulk.
Yeah. I
Have
mean,
like
they can make Obama be. I mean, Iron Man. I mean, they could just do whatever they want to.
there's a rumor going around. I'm so glad you brought that up. There's a rumor going around. I hope it happens that they're trying to get Tom Cruise to be Iron Man and Doctor Strange too. I really hope that.
What?
Yes, because it's I mean it's the multiverse thing, so it's gonna be.
Right.
They said they're gonna bring some characters back as different, like this is the alternate versions of them. So that would be amazing to see in another universe. Tom Cruise is the Iron Man, and he's still alive, and then this is happening here, and this is this. So I would love to see craziness happen. I think Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be insanely good.
Dude, I think you can just throw so many cameos in that multiverse movie. I mean, you can just do any. I mean, you could have Seth Rogen play like Spider-Man or something. Like you could just do anything you want to.
You could do anything. Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'm. And I thought I was gonna. Quick story. I thought I was gonna hate the first Doctor Strange movie, so I didn't watch it for like 2 years after it came out. I didn't pay attention to it, and
That's right.
I know, I
You should have.
understand the lip smacking. It
It
was
looks
one of the. I think it was one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen.
yeah. It's honestly Marvel is so good, but like Doctor Strange might be top 10. Like it's so good.
Oh, I disrespected it 100%.
Yeah, I mean the CGI, the story. Benedict does a great job. It's a great movie. It's a great movie, man.
It really is.
Yeah. Speaking of MCU, I know this is not gonna be the MCU podcast, but look, Nick Fury's show is coming. That was just announced. Samuel Jackson, of course, starring. To me, that's big because Disney Plus needs more shows, straight up. So this is huge.
Yeah, I have Disney Plus. Had a little carfuffle with it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Someone tried to hack into it and change my password and all that jazz. Got it back. I don't think I've opened Disney Plus to watch a show since The Mandalorian came out. So
Me
I need to get back into it, honestly.
Exactly. I mean, they got. I mean, they're kind of heavily relying on these MCU shows, but to me, just do like sure do it because they have zero shows to me to watch. Like I'm not going back and watching Zack and Cody. I did, and it's not as good as I remembered. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not going back. But like Nick Fury, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, all these shows are great ideas and should bring in a lot of people. I think it's gonna be great.
No, I think so
What?
too, and I think they're also trying to bank on like, okay, it's like Disney, so you can watch all the Disney movies. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff as far as it's concerned. Like, I mean, it's a good platform, but
Yeah, it's a super good platform. Yeah, just all those movies together is worth the money alone, bro. All those movies, like what? But if
oh,
they want to
100%.
with the Netflix, if they want to be, like up there, they have to get better shows. They gotta get these MCU shows. They gotta get more Star Wars shows, in my opinion. And then to me, they gotta start making just new shows, regular shows, like whatever they want to do. They gotta branch out. It can't just be
Yeah, make
the
their own IPs.
Yeah, their own IPs. I hope they don't go too young. I mean, they already got some young boy, young girl shows and stuff like that. Like they got the High School Musical show, a couple new little kid shows, but that's not what I'm talking about. Disney Plus. Like we need some either family shows or some almost adult content shows. Like that's what we need.
And I think mixed with that as well, I mean, as far as I mean, if you're a father, if you're a mother out there, Disney Plus will be worth it.
Big time.
Facts. I mean, it'll be worth it because you buy one $25 movie, you can have Disney Plus for 4 months. So you think you're gonna get a collection of 30 movies, $25 each? I mean, you can have Disney Plus for 10 years. So
Insane. It's
it's worth
insane.
it. No, it's definitely worth it.
Mandalorian season 2 trailer came out. What you think about that?
I'm excited. I mean, duh. I think
Yeah.
everybody is. I think
Yeah.
it's, and it's weird how the culture took over for a little bit there. I was a little surprised with how everything was going down. Like people were like, "Oh, this show's the crap," and I'm like, you realize I've been listening to everybody fucking trash Star Wars and all this shit. I've been a Star Wars fanboy, my whole life
Mhm.
and shit. I've been fucking with Star Wars.
Yeah,
People
it
are like,
was.
"Oh, that's Star Wars" or whatever. But now you can like it, and like people are like with it. They
Yeah,
understand what you're saying. You talk about Yoda, they're like, "Oh, Yoda's so cute." Like, nah,
Baby Yoda.
that
Yeah,
little dude fucks around and he'll get
yeah.
some shit done.
Star Wars was down bad with the Last Jedi and Solo and even Star Wars 9. They're down, but they were down bad, man. So the Mandalorian was such a blessing. Was such a blessing for them, man. Straight up, they needed that.
Oh God, we needed that.
I mean,
We needed
I like Star Wars 8 and Star Wars 9. Star Wars 9 was just okay to me. I don't think it's terrible, like people say. I think it's an okay movie. I've seen it a good 2, 3 times.
I've seen it once. Star Wars 9 is better than Star Wars 8. Star Wars 8 is probably one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
Oh, you're bugging. You're big bugging. But anyway, the Star Wars community was overall not fond of any of it. So they really needed the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian came up clutch for them. It
Well,
came up
yeah,
clutch.
and it gave you nostalgic feeling while also adding something new to the formula, and it didn't rely on like Jedi's and shit. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. I think season 2 is gonna be great. Lion King 2, more Disney news. Disney news dropping a lot of news. My bad. It's not a Disney podcast either, but you know what I'm saying? We gotta go and give it to you. Lion King 2 is coming out. This was a big announcement that shocked me too. I didn't expect this. I thought, I could watch a Lion King 2. But yeah, they're announcing it. Donald Glover's coming back, Beyonce's coming back. It's a live action too. It's the director of Moonlight coming to do it. I hear he does a great job, so that's great to hear. I like that he's directing it. And they said it's going to be flashbacks. They said they're going to give a lot of flashbacks and backstory of Mufasa with continuing the story. So I don't know if the story is going to be just like Lion King 2 animated, but with flashbacks, interpreted, or is it going to be something real new? Like, have we never seen this before? What do you think about the news, man? What do you think about that?
Well, again, another funny thing. I've tried to watch the live action Lion King like 10 times because Lion King is in my top 3 favorite movies of all time. And
Okay, that's.
I keep falling asleep for some reason.
I don't blame you. My biggest problem with the movie was why was it an hour 58? Like it didn't need to be that. It did not need to be an hour 58. They really dragged out so much of the beginning before he becomes adult Simba. They drag out so much of that. It's insane.
What was crazy is it's not even like I'm tired when I'm watching it, and it's not like that I'm bored. It's just like I'll watch it, I'll sit down on my because I got a couch in my room, and I'll sit down on
Yeah.
my couch and I'll start watching it, and then like I'll put my head on the back of the rest, and then I'll close my eyes, and then I'll fall asleep like every time. And I'm probably gonna try to sit down and watch it after this podcast because I really want to watch it. But
You should. It's
because
so good about
I
it.
haven't even got to the point where he grows up, so I haven't heard Donald Glover, I haven't heard Beyonce,
You know
and
what?
it
I'm
makes me
mad.
so mad.
They're the shortest part, bro. They're like the last 30, 40 minutes. It's the shortest part is Donald and Beyonce.
Wait. So Donald's only in it for 40 minutes. Is he a kid that
Yeah.
long?
It's so short. They take a long time for him to be a kid. The transformations not till like the very end. They transform. There's like 2 new scenes, but then everything else is the same. They do the fight, and then the movie's over. Like it's the very end. It's like he's a kid that long, bro. That's what I'm saying. They dragged out too many scenes.
Dang. I
The
see. I
Lion
did
King.
not know because I never got past him not being a kid. So
Yeah,
I just thought I was falling asleep really early, but maybe I got damn near halfway through the movie.
you definitely did. You definitely did. He's only the last 40, 30 minutes is Donald Glover and Beyonce. The movie should have been.
Wow.
They were gonna do it like that. They should have not dragged it out. It should have been only an hour 30, hour 35, maybe an hour 40.
100%.
There's no way it should have been an hour 58. Because trust me, yeah, you're gonna watch it right after this. They drag out so much, and you don't need to do that. Like that just kills. Like they gotta know about pace, dude. They're filmmakers. They don't know about pace. Like that's my biggest problem. But the music to me was still good. I like the new kid. I like Donald, of course. I like Beyonce. So the music was good, and I mean the CGI was crazy. So it was worth. I saw it twice. It was worth seeing though. You know.
Yeah, well, and real quick on movies, how do you feel about, movie theaters kicking up and like movies haven't been released lately? Like, what do you think? What do you think we're gonna look at in the next 6 months as far as movies go with this whole COVID thing still going on as strong as it is?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Yo, I don't know, though. I mean, well, I kind of do though. I think that we seen Regal just shut down. They came back. They were real eager to come back in late August. They just shut down. AMC and Cinemark say they're not shutting down, but like I can also see them shutting down. I think movies. So many movies are pushing back. Every day I hear news about this big movie got pushed back. This big movie got pushed back. And from the beginning of the year, we've seen them take like 9 months pushback. Now movies are taking a full year pushback. So I don't know what's happening. I don't think that this thing is going to be fixed soon. I think this can still go into April, May, June next year. It's COVID and everything, how everything's going. At least how America's doing. America's doing terrible, and we have a terrible leader leading us. So that's part of it. But I don't think this is going to be done anytime soon. Trump says there's going to be a vaccine in a few weeks. I very much doubt it. This dude's a liar. I hate him. Like it's all bad in the movie industry. I think it's tough. I hate seeing them get pushed back, even though it makes sense. It's like, yeah, you should push back. You're not gonna get no money. But it's like, it's tough. It's tough seeing these movies get pushed back.
Especially as a movie fan like yourself. Well, I think that
Yes, like
transitions really well into even the next question is how do you think things are going to change? Say Joe Biden wins. What do you think? What do you think the state of the country is as big as a whole? I feel like we're in. Period. I mean, just with social issues and the pandemic and just all that what seems to just be really tense. Seems like you can't say things, and it seems like there's a lot of things going on right now that people want to pay attention to, and then there's things that people try to pay attention. There's a lot of like back and forth and a lot of I don't know. I just don't know how quick things can go back to normal, if at all. And what
it's
does
not.
normal look like? What does normal look like anymore?
Well, there's a new normal with COVID, but overall about the social stuff, I'm glad you brought it up. Social stuff is still gonna happen. Killings are still gonna happen. I want to mention real quick. Rest in peace to Jonathan Price, man. He was just shot recently by the police. He lives here in Texas, actually not too far from a city from me. Yeah, just rest in peace to him. We gotta get justice. Their cop was arrested. I like to see that, but we gotta get justice for him. I think same things are gonna happen. Literally, the same things are gonna happen on every side. I mean, even the Trumpets are still gonna go hard, even if you lose. They're gonna go hard. They're gonna do their thing. I think even Joe Budden says, "Yo, everyone has to wear masks nationwide." These protests have to
Joe
happen
Budden.
nationwide. It's gonna. I don't think. I think people are gonna fight against that. And I think that, I mean, obviously, COVID is not going to change as soon as he's
Right.
elected. So many people think it's fake. Like, oh, watch, if Joe Biden wins, the coronavirus is going to get cured. That's not true. That's not true, man. Like, it's a real thing. People are really dying.
Hmm.
It's honestly crazy how many people don't believe in COVID. It's insane. Um, and yeah, like I said, I think it's going to go into next year before a vaccine even happens. And yeah, I mean, I hope Biden wins, but yeah, other changes immediately on November 5th, day after, or anything like that, or even just months after. No, there's no changes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no changes.
Um. No, I think that's true. I think it's just it's just a really I think to be honest, I mean I don't know that this I don't know because I mean our entire life it's been America this and America that, and I feel like for the longest time in my life I feel like most people have sucked anyway. To be
Okay.
honest, like if you see somebody in the average every day, you're like, hey, what's going on, and you can have a quick, positive experience. But as far as like what people believe, I think people are so divided now these days, and I think a lot of that has to do with just somebody watching something and being on strictly one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that has to do with people closed-minded, like, oh, I'm a Republican, so I'm going to believe everything that Republicans say. I'm going to believe everything that everybody on the Republican side says. And I think the same thing with Democrats is, you're a Democrat, so everything the Democrats say you believe. And because it's so divided and it's so A or B, it's not, I believe, wherever that happens to fall. You have two groups going at it that both have passion for thinking they're doing the right thing, but because of how they were raised or how things are explained to them, you can be explained the exact same thing in some cases. Obviously, there's cases that you can morally understand that you're on the wrong, but you can be explained something two different, drastically different ways, and it can be the exact same topic. So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of just misunderstood, like, points and views, and there's people that are truly educated on a lot of these issues, like just as
That is
strictly
big
talking
facts.
about facts, talking about what's actually
Yeah.
going on. There's a lot of feelings and emotions. There's a lot of false narrative to try to be on this side or that side. And I mean, George Washington, whether you like him anymore or you don't like him, nothing's changed. He's been who he is this entire time. So let's not change up on it now. He said that if we have political groups, it's going to tear up the country. And as you can see, having political groups is tearing up the country. And I think it's sick. And I think it gets much worse before it gets better.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think like the fake news crew, you know what I'm saying, on that side, they really they really are living in their own world for sure. And I think that facts are something that's slipping from a certain side of the country.
Hmm.
And I think that literally, I know some Republicans. I don't want to take no shots at Republicans, kind of, fully, but it's why I've listened to Republican people listen to Republican radio, and there's some wild stuff on there. Like I can see how they're confused. I can see how they can't trust the media and the news and stuff like that. And it's wild, man. About your George Washington point about the groups thing, right?
Hmm.
Well, we know what side George was on, so I wonder if he was trying to just quiet certain voices, or was that was that a true statement? Like, was that truly for the good of the whole country? Because we know what it was back then. We know he owned slaves. We know what was going on and stuff. We know which side he was for. So,
Well, I think the George Washington owning slaves thing is really interesting because I think that's also something that isn't taught properly because you're not taught that he has slaves, period, in school. But on the
yeah,
same side of the coin, when you're told, oh, George Washington had slaves, oh, you think now he's a horrible, shitty person, which he could have been. I don't know George Washington. You
I
don't know
know
George
he is. Yeah,
Washington. But
he is.
so what happened was his wife's dad, or his wife's mom, I guess it's just his wife's parents, they had slaves. And when they died, legally, they left the slaves to them, and they
Yeah.
lived in Virginia. And in Virginia, if you free slaves, then it's legal to either kill them or have somebody else in Virginia take them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for George Washington, if you're the president and you're just gifted slaves, like, I don't know how to handle that. I wasn't there back then. I don't know the laws and everything. I mean, I knew the laws, but I don't know what protocols you're supposed to take. I don't know how you're supposed to handle that situation. It's not like he had slaves and he like enjoyed it and he's just sitting there like it's not like he owned a plantation kind of thing. Like he was gifted, here's air quotations, but it was handed down to him from his wife's parents. So if he was in that situation, do you free them and then they all get slaughtered by a bunch of, obviously white people that are like, here, either I want to steal these slaves and have free slaves, or I just want to kill them because strictly their skin color and they're not even human, which
Yeah.
is how it was looked at back then.
Let me
So,
stop you with this whole like even this whole questioning, right? Uh, Founding fathers, most of their first presidents, terrible people, terrible people. Safe to say, probably racist. They had slaves, didn't free the slaves. I hear even Abraham Lincoln, who did free the slaves, of course, didn't even like it. Did it for an alternative reason. So not good people, straight up racist. There's no even like, oh, let's get into the dilemma part of that. Like, nah, you gotta do the right thing.
oh,
You got
100%, you got to do the right
you
thing.
gotta stop. There's no even like, oh, what a this and that. Nah, they're pretty
Well, like,
racist.
well, like Abraham Lincoln, when he was running, he was vocally against slavery. So when he won, that's why the South seceded, because they thought
Yeah.
he was just going to abolish slavery right away. And then the South seceded, became its own country, made the Confederate flag, which is why I don't understand why people try to defend the Confederate flag as anything, because it's not American history. They made their own country. They made their own flag. They made their own. They elected their own president. They were their own thing.
Well, we know why they defend
So
it, and we know what those people are.
okay, well that's what I'm saying is it doesn't make
Yeah.
any institutional sense. It doesn't make any. Oh, I'm an American. I'm a red-blooded American. This is my history. Like no, it's not your history. It's not America's history. We fought.
You know?
We fought them, but that is not America. So
Exactly.
I don't even know what America is even anymore. To be honest, I'm not sure because each side. I don't know. I mean, I know people in my family that are super hardcore Democrats and super hardcore Republicans, and just hearing them talk together about topics, they're so. It's just so it's interesting, but it's really jaded. But as far as the Confederate stuff goes, it's like if you have a Confederate flag, like that's a whole different country. They seceded. They said they don't want to be part of the country anymore. We recognize that. They became their own country, made their own flag, had their own national anthem and everything. So we fought a different country. I mean, yeah, sure. We called it the Civil War, the American Civil War, because we fought what was once America. But when they secede and they become their own country, that's two countries fighting each other. So
Yeah,
everybody
right.
who's defending the Confederate flag is like, oh, it's part of this, it's part of that. Like, no, it's not. All the generals that were on the Confederate side, that's like Nazi Germany holding up Franklin D. Roosevelt, or vice versa,
No,
like us holding up Nazi Germany because we fought them. That doesn't
big
make
time.
sense. That
And
makes
like,
zero sense. Just because it was part of our history, because Nazi Germany is part of our history because we fought them, but they're not part
yeah,
of our history in the way that like it was a good thing that any of that happened, because it wasn't at all. And Hitler, I think, is the greatest example of somebody who was so into himself and so egotistical and thought he could do anything that he was so skewed, and that's why the what the was it the 90 or the 1936 Olympics, was that the one that Berlin had? I think it was right before,
I don't
because it
know.
was a couple years before the World War.
Yeah,
He wanted to stop women and anybody of color from being in the Olympics at all.
yeah, that
And
checks out. He's pretty
right,
terrible.
and he tried
And
to do that.
probably the worst person of all time. You know, still used today.
I don't know. Stalin's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I don't want to
Stalin's
get
up there.
I don't want to get into the Hitler versus Stalin thing. I don't care, man.
It's a bunch of bad people.
That's a lot. That's a lot of politics. Let's end it because I said, like we said, we only gonna want to go to 40. We're at 42.
Mm-hmm.
Let's end on quickly. Joe Burrow and Herbert, two rookies going off. Who will be the offensive player, offensive rookie of the year? And what do you think? That's your boy.
It's tough. It's tough because I love Joe Burrow. I think he's a great quarterback. He's my quarterback, but I don't, and I think he has weapons around him, but I don't think he has the offensive line to look as good. I think he's the
Yeah.
superior player, and I don't think that's even much of a contest. But Justin Herbert, I think it'll be Joe. It's Joe Burrow. What the hell? It's Joe Burrow. What the fuck?
It's
This
gonna be
dude's already
tough.
breaking records.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, Justin hasn't thrown under 300 yards yet.
Joe Burrow did once, but he's the first rookie quarterback ever with more than three 300-yard games in a season, in his first season. So will Justin Herbert tie that? Like,
to be fair, yeah, Justin started 1 week later. So Justin
we'll
could hit
see.
that too. This is a great like run, like Joe versus Justin. And I gotta apologize to Justin. I didn't think you were that good. You are that good. That's my apology, sir. You did great versus the Buccaneers. You don't got a fan out of me, but I'm watching you. Whatever Justin Herbert plays, I'm watching. At least the highlights.
At least the 5-minute highlight.
I'm just saying, like, at least if I don't watch the game, I will check out your highlights later.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I think Justin Herbert's an interesting prospect as far as seeing his career develop. I mean, right now, obviously, the best three quarterbacks in the league, and this is something else that I think is really. I just want to say, because I have a lot of like family.
You're gonna say
members
Russ
that, like,
number one. You're saying Russ number one?
hang on, check this out. I got a lot of family members that watch football, but
Okay.
a lot of my family's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
So think about that. The best three quarterbacks in the league: Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Not in that order, but those three.
Yeah. No, those are my top. I don't slip out this year. Lamar might slip out, but so far that's my top three.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
We'll eat it up, a bunch of racist redneck motherfuckers. Your favorite sport is dominated by not people of your color. Go
Facts.
fucking
I
eat
love
a
it.
dick.
Love it. And last year, the top like 4 or 5 quarterbacks were black. It was
I
pretty
think
good.
so too.
Yeah,
Not only that, I mean, every skill position that is worth anything.
it's black.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So I think in that aspect, so you're gonna. I don't know. I hate the idea. I'm gonna accept you on my team because you're doing good things for me, but in everyday life, I'm gonna treat you different. But
Yeah, it's
that's
insane.
neither.
The Chiefs
It's
fans,
absolutely.
I want to close out soon. I'm gonna let you get the last word, but the Chiefs fans booing the Chiefs and Texans at the beginning of the game because they said, "Hey, let's take a moment for racial equality," is insane. The fact that they booed that
Disgusting.
and then continue to
Disgusting.
watch the game, like what is wrong with them? Like, what are they thinking? Like, they're gonna boo them for racial equality. They didn't say Black Lives Matter. They didn't say Black Lives Better. They just said racial equality and they booed. But all right, anyways,
They said no, we shouldn't be equal. Like, are you okay? Then go to hell. Like, have fun.
yeah,
Well, one thing I do, what I want to end it on is,
ended.
what I saw. Carlos Dunlap from the Bengals. He's a left end. What he's
Yeah,
done with every team, he's gotten in contact with them before the game, and he's asked them, "Do you want to link arms in the middle of the field?" And they do. And I think
yeah,
that's really powerful.
that's not.
So shout out to Carlos Dunlap for getting that done and for making that decision and taking that stand. So I'm really proud of the players on my team. I'm really proud of the leaders we have in the league. I'm really proud of how the leagues have responded to some of this, some of
Mhm.
the leagues, and I'm praying and hoping for, a better America for our children, at least, because I mean, I haven't personally gone through anything, obviously, but
Mhm.
I think there's just so much work that we still need to do, and it's just voting. So you just, I mean, vote, register to vote. Your time's running out. That's really the only way we can really make a change. We can talk all we want. We can say whatever we want. And it's clear now to me that we can stand in the street as much as we want. We can protest as much as we want. Nothing's going to change until we vote. So we have to change laws before we can change minds.
Yeah, man. Hey, that was a great pod. Everybody go out there and vote for sure. Great message. I'm very pro police reform. I forgot to mention that earlier. I just want to throw that in. We got to reform
Yeah.
the
Oh,
police.
100%.
Crazy. So
100%. You
many
need more training
killings.
with a gun. Oh, God. Yeah.
If Yeah, we need so much more training for them. And if you kill somebody, you should also get life. You shouldn't only get a year. You shouldn't only get 10 years. It's been insane. It's been going on too long. Thanks for listening, everybody. Next week, we're going to talk about how Trump faked COVID, probably NFL results, NBA results, Heat in 7, baby.
From the,
And I got a
okay. Yeah.
prediction.
The Heat.
I got a prediction.
Go for
Drake
it.
drops tomorrow night. That's my prediction. I could be very wrong, but mark my words. Drake tomorrow night, Thursday, new album.
I'll ask you next week what brought you to that conclusion because I'm very curious.
He put up a billboard saying like blah 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 something coming like some pop-up shop October 2nd. And to me, he's doing so much to heat up that I just think it's coming. I think he's gonna surprise it on us.
All right. It's been 2 years since we've seen one. 2018, baby.
Fact, it's about time. I'm be excited for it. I think it should be a great one. Hopefully as good as views, his
Oh,
best.
shout out to Big Sean real quick.
Oh yeah, big shout out. The album of the year so far. Before Drake
Oh,
drops.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Detroit 2, absolutely amazing. His best album to me. He did great.
I decided, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, I
I
mean
see where you're coming from.
we could talk about that next week or whenever we
We'll
come
go
back.
there. We'll get
Thanks
into
for
it. We'll get
listening,
into it.
everybody. Detroit 2 topics next week, bro. Thank you and goodbye.
See ya.